What's unique about this situation, do you think?
Well, what's unique, the research I've looked into says that this actual virus isn't any stronger or more dangerous than a typical flu virus. But when you get enough people believing that they're under threat, it scares the hell out of them, which pushes their adrenaline and cortisol levels through the roof, puts them on a total fight or flight, which shuts down your parasympathetic nervous system. So you can't repair, you can't regenerate effectively. It taxes the immune system. If the cortisol is held up chronically, it shuts the immune system down. That's well known. 1 teaspoon of sugar is shown to shut down the immune system for 6 hours. And think of that alone. So, and that's processed sugar, of course, not natural sugar. But when you get a bunch of people that start believing and they're starting to lump many different diagnoses in as the coronavirus and publish the statistics, which of course leads people who may just have a cold or a flu thinking they've got the coronavirus, and the testing is not specific enough to differentiate. That's one thing many of the experts have said. So what you get is mass hysteria. You get people really freaking out, and then the more people they hear going to the hospital, the more worried they get, and the more protective they try to get, and the more negative and fearful thinking they have. And then that causes stress reactions, which leads people to using coping mechanisms like drinking more alcohol, smoking more cigarettes, eating more sugar and junk food. And so what they do is they take the normal everyday way of living and they accelerate it massively due to the stress reaction. And the consequence of that is you have the nocebo effect. You have the poor health magnified. You have lack of sleep because people can't think straight. They start hyperventilating because they're scared to death, and they believe everything they're seeing and reading like it's fact, and they trust people wearing white suits like they really do care for them, forgetting that this whole thing's part of a massive, massive industry that makes billions and billions of dollars off these tactics, which drug commercials and, there's mountains of research into all these issues I'm talking about. This is by no means anything new. That's how you know when you have a really good weapon, when you can use it right in front of people and they don't even realize what's happening. So personally, I don't think that the coronavirus is any more of a threat than any flu. The difference is people get the flu all the time and their mental orientation to it is it's the flu. So you go to bed, you eat some chicken soup, you let your immune antibodies build up. And if we were approaching this in a rational, sane manner without all the hype, you would see that the number of deaths and the number of people reacting to it would be no different than any other day, because we always have flus going around. We always have various bugs. There's a myriad of things that move through a populace worldwide, and they always have. That's why they're called opportunistic diseases.